Welcome back. So, when last we spoke, I was working on Glitter Village, Glitter House #1 from Glitter Village. And I didn't like it. What happened is this fabric is just really stiff, and I couldn't get my needle through it. And I was finding I was having all kinds of trouble. And I was frogging a lot. When you rip out stitches, why is it called frogging? I wondered myself, because you have to rip it and rip it and rip it. It doesn't quite fit. I think frogs say ribbit, and they don't even say that. That's what people say they say, but rip it, frogging. You've learned something today. So I've started again. I've begun again. Better to have it right than to have it just done for being the sake of being done. So I've started again. So I'm being very persistent on that. Now there's one that I was not so persistent on. It was called Stitches from the Heart. You might love it. A lot of people on the Fat Quarter Shop website have done it and turned it into a pillow. It looked lovely. I thought I was going to do it. But somewhere in there, I'm not even quite sure. Of course I'm not sure. But I got bored with it. I didn't like it. So I just stopped. Now, I have all these magnets stuck on here. That's my back. I have all these magnets. What are these magnets? These magnets are, it's actually, it says I Heart Tulip Pink or Tulip Pink and Me. Tulip Pink is a fabric designer and a pattern designer, and I am doing an EPP project that Tulip Pink has devised. It's called Tula Nova, and EPP is when you take lots of little pieces of paper, cover it with fabric, and then glue it down and then sew them together. So these are used when you're trying to keep this and this straight so that you can sew across there. So that's part of it. This is another part of it. She has wonderful names for her fabric line. So this is from Curiouser and Curiouser. The teacup is also from Curiouser and Curiouser. So the roses are called Drippy Roses, which is very fitting. And I can't wait to put this all together. This is one of the outer edges. There's one more outer edge to go. It's going to be approximately 60 by 60. And it's going to be really cool. But yeah, that's what those magnets are used for. Now, one that I talked about before is Cross Stitch University. And that was a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. So that's what my free pattern looks like now. I was scratching off the rows as I completed them. And it came out quite nice, I have to say. I think it came out quite nice. I changed the colors, as I want to do. Anybody will tell you, most teachers will tell you, instructors, whether in person or on a YouTube video or a class that you take online, you know, make it your own. Any project, make it your own. So I did. I thought it was Christmas time when I began this. It was not very long ago, and it didn't take me extremely long to finish this. No, it was pretty straightforward. Now there are things that I did not do. There's supposed to be snow or snowballs on that tree, each tree, and they're done with French knots. But I did not have any success with French knots, so I did not do them. Okay, you can't really see them. You can see them on the little tree. Maybe you can and maybe you can't. Where you're supposed to put in these snowflakes, snowballs. But I didn't, and that's okay. You can see, I've ironed it since I completed it. You can see the mark of my hoop. I don't know if that's just dirt or wood stain, what it is, but I really think that if I get a tied stick, I can remove that. And what I plan to do is to make a project bag out of this. Now, if you go online, there's lots of YouTube videos on making project bags. Fat Quarter Shop has one that's just about 10 minutes long and doesn't look hard. So the other thing I should say is that when I am finished with a project, you may be able to see it. I have fusible interfacing, which I have fused onto the back, and that's just to keep my stitches secure so that I know that they're never ever going to loosen and run away and fall out. So I can you know, be more rough. I don't want to say rough. I can manhandle this a little bit more, and I don't have to feel bad about, you know, maneuvering it to get it into a project bag. So that is that. I did mention that a friend had given me a bunch of his wife's stash after she passed. I'm not that crazy about Winnie the Pooh, but I like these colors, and I have a always thinking, use what you have what you use. I have this Halloween cross stitch pattern, and I think a lot of these colors, and there's more than one Winnie the Pooh, I think a lot of these colors will come in handy. I'd take it out. Okay, I'll take it out. Now, I'm going to keep it short, but I'm going to do two more things. Once you've seen the Halloween Quaker. I don't know what that means. From Leela's studio. Halloween Quaker. It'll be about 12 inches by 9 inches, I'm thinking. That will be fun. That will be fun. I even have some fabric that is black and white, kind of this misted black and white fabric that you'll get to see. A lot like the fabric that you see out here. So my goal is to finish projects before I start the next project. Because as a quilter, I have 4 UFOs. In quilting, they call it UFOs, unfinished objects. In cross stitch, they call it whips, work in progress. I call them all work in progress. I plan to do them all, so it's work in progress. So I'm working on the glitter house now, and I don't plan to start another project until I finish glitter house. I do have project bag of, this is a Tula pink project bag. Read between the lines, the zebra, read between lines. Anyway, inside here, and I'll show you very quickly, I have probably 8 blocks. The star block, and I think this was called the flurry block. So these are the 4 corners, and then there are 8 of those stars. It's kind of fun. I'll show you more. This is called Jelly Snowflake, if you want to look it up on that quarter shop. It's really fun, and it's made with a jelly roll, which is why it's called Jelly Snowflake. So this will be the second one I've done, actually. The first one I did, and I gifted to my husband for Christmas. And I use it instead of him, but, you know, I had something wrapped for him under the tree, and it was really fun. And, you know, he said he liked it. I hope he liked it. I think he liked it. Okay, I said only 2 more things, but I guess there's 3 more things because I want to make mention of Gustav Klimt. He, you probably know, is an Austrian. He's long since passed, but he was an Austrian artist. Some of his things are still hanging in Austria. Other paintings found their way around the world. I actually bought this in Prague, of all places, not in Vienna or Austria. Though my husband is Austrian, and we go to Europe almost every year, except for when there's a pandemic and I stay home and sew. Where else am I going? I'm going to show you some of my Tula Pink collection. Got a place to start. This. Can you see the jaguar in there? Is he upside down? Ooh. Ooh, he's so scary looking. This is Rainbow Jaguar. Yeah. And this is Mango Jaguar. So it's just, I think Tula Pink is one of the most exciting fabric makers out there. Of course, you don't always want something so loud and so, you know, with pictures on it. Sometimes you just want fabric with flowers that will blend in. But this is part of her Curious Earth collection. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I think that'll make a great bag interior. So that's really beautiful. And here's Alice. Alice comes in a few colors, but this is the one that's opened well enough for me to show you. The beautiful Jaguar also comes in this, I don't want to say lime. I don't think she called it lime. But how lovely is that? It's not cheap. It's not cheap fabric, but you do get what you pay for. And the other thing I wanted to say is that I'm not working on cross stitch patterns ahead. I'm going to finish, complete or give up, as I did with the stitches, heartfelt stitches, stitches from the heart. But I completed this, and now I'm working on glitter house number 1. However, in the quilting world, there was this, which I started and just put aside. I'm not quite sure why. It's really beautiful. It's a pattern by Monique. She got married, so it's hard to tell you exactly. But it was Monique Dillard, and now it's Monique Jacobs. And this was a pre-pattern she did a long time ago. Border round. I completed one in black and white. It was beautiful. I was working on this one at the same time, but I wanted to complete the black and white one, so I put this aside, and it's still waiting. This is another one that I've started and put aside. It's called Blooming Medallion, and I've been in love with this for a very long time, and this is all I've done on it. I really want to, I want to finish everything this year. So here's hoping. Okay, one more Tula fabric. Daydream. This is the same collection as the, I want to say it's the same collection as the Jaguar. But I just think this is darling. And again, you know, this is something that you could fussy cut an 8-inch piece nicely for the Tula Sunrise EPP project. And let me read the salvage. It doesn't say what the name of the little flamingos are, but you can see the salvage is really pretty, and it has those jaguars walking across the bottom. She had a black and white line called Line Works, and that's where the zebra comes from, but there's also a panda called Pandemonium, and there's a skunk called Little Stinker. So she's nothing if not inventive, imaginative, and creative. And that is all I will show you today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you've liked it, hit the like button and enjoy your day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.